We've known for a while that several celebrities could get dragged down with Diddy in this ongoing drama, but no one expected Chris Brown to be on that list. Don't get me wrong, Chris Brown has a long and problematic history when it comes to how he treats women. Still, no one imagined his name would come up in connection to Diddy's dark web of allegations. And get this, the streets are saying that the reason Chris is tied to Diddy is because of his 2009 incident with Rihanna. Yep, that incident. This situation is spiraling into complete madness, and it's starting to look like we may never fully uncover the truth behind all of Diddy's alleged crimes. So what does this mean? Did Diddy help Chris cover up the Rihanna incident? And did he really try to get Jay-Z to pimp out Rihanna? Let's break this down. It may seem shocking to think of Diddy and Chris Brown being in cahoots, but in hindsight, maybe the signs were always there. Back in 2009, when the entire industry turned its back on Chris after he assaulted Rihanna, Diddy stood by him. In fact, Diddy didn't just support Chris. He actually pressured Rihanna to forgive him and take him back. He admitted this himself during an interview on Ellen.
Talk going on with Chris Brown being at your place in Miami, and you arranging Chris and Rihanna getting back together. Why would you give Chris, a guy who hit a girl, and he's jet skiing around in your, I don't understand. Because, I mean, listen, I was a huge fan of Chris's. I love Chris, his music. He's a talented guy. But to hit a girl. Yeah,
because I know both of them, and it's my house. And I'm allowed to give my house to whoever I want to give my house to. That's number one. Number two is that I'm the type of person that I don't cast a stone or cast a judgment on anybody. And so if a friend or friends ask me for a favor, then I'm gonna be there for a favor as long as I know that the energy of the favor is positive for two people to sit down and talk about a situation that they're in. I'm not gonna get involved in it. I'm not gonna pass judgment on it. If I could be there as a friend during hard times, then I'm gonna be there as a friend.
Now that we know more about Diddy and what he's been accused of doing to women, it's disturbing to think he was ever in a position to give anyone advice. Let's be honest, what Diddy's been accused of is far worse than what Chris did. And sadly, Rihanna wasn't the only woman Chris mistreated. After their relationship ended, he dated Karreuche Tran. But that relationship also turned toxic. In 2017, after they broke up, Karreuche went to court and requested a restraining order. In her filing, she claimed that Chris was physically abusive, saying he had punched her in the stomach and pushed her down the stairs during their relationship. She didn't report it at the time because Chris was still on probation from the Rihanna case, and she feared the legal consequences he might face. Later, Karreuche revealed that things got even more terrifying. Chris allegedly threatened to kill her, telling her that if he couldn't have her, no one could. That level of possessiveness and abuse is beyond toxic. And thankfully, she found the strength to walk away. But even after they broke up, Chris reportedly kept harassing her and even targeted her friends, leading her to finally file for a restraining order. After that scandal, Chris tried to clean up his image and stay out of serious legal trouble, but the damage was already done. Many people couldn't look past his history. While he's still making music and has a loyal fan base, it's clear he's not where he could be, career-wise. With his talent, he should be on the same level as someone like Drake. In 2019, Chris was detained in Paris after a woman accused him of sexually assaulting her at a hotel. He and his team denied everything, calling it a setup and claiming he was being unfairly targeted. Then, in 2021, another woman came forward, alleging that Chris had slapped her so hard, her weave came off, according to TMZ. Thankfully, she wasn't seriously injured, but Chris still walked away without being arrested. But here's where things get even more disturbing. In 2022, Chris was hit with yet another lawsuit. This time, a woman accused him of raping her in 2020 on a yacht docked at Diddy's home in Miami Beach. Seriously, why is Diddy's name always popping up in these shady stories? The woman, known as Jane Doe in the lawsuit, is a singer, dancer, model, and choreographer. She says she was on FaceTime with a friend when Chris grabbed the phone and invited her to the yacht himself. At first, everything seemed normal. Chris offered her a drink, and they chatted. But according to her, things quickly took a dark turn. She said she began feeling disoriented and suspected her drink had been spiked. While she was in and out of consciousness, she claims Chris led her to a bedroom, shut the door, and raped her, despite her saying no. What made it worse is that the next day, Chris allegedly messaged her like nothing had happened and told her to take a Plan B pill, which she did. She filed a $20 million lawsuit for emotional distress. And for anyone wondering why she didn't report it sooner, coming forward is incredibly difficult, especially when the accused is a major celebrity. Her lawyers revealed that she was in medical school at the time and felt embarrassed, overwhelmed, and scared. Chris denied everything and responded on Instagram by posting a pile of caps, implying that the story was fake or all cap. He also wrote, "I hope y'all see this pattern of cap. Whenever I'm releasing new music or projects, they try to pull some real BS. The case is still pending as of 2022, but with the recent allegations against Diddy, people are wondering if he had anything to do with this, especially because spiking drinks is something he's been accused of before. And that's not the only link between Chris and Diddy. There are also disturbing rumors that they might have had a sexual encounter back in the day. Now, this likely wasn't mutual. Fans think it was during this time that Chris and Diddy first got entangled. A few years ago, Chris Brown shared a story that raised a lot of eyebrows. He said Diddy once tried to make a move on him when he was only 12 years old. That's definitely not something you just brush off. Even when Nardwuar asked Chris if he ever danced for Diddy, it felt weird. Why would a 12-year-old need to be dancing for Diddy at his house? That question alone raised serious red flags. Some fans believe Diddy's real reason for not signing Chris had nothing to do with his talent, and more to do with trying to recruit him for what people are now calling his puffy flavor camp. But Chris wasn't about that life. He saw the signs and backed off. Let's be real though, Chris didn't need Diddy. L.A. Reid and Def Jam were already eager to sign him. Chris was just exploring his options. We may never know the full truth about what went down between Diddy and Chris, but there clearly was a relationship there. That could explain why Diddy was so quick to defend Chris and try to pressure Rihanna into forgiving him. This situation is wild, and things just keep getting darker. But I want to know how you feel about all this. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to check out the next video.